Hello, how's everybody doing today? I'm going to do my speech today on should minimum wage be increased or not in the United States. I have my audience members, Gavin and Oliver, my sons, and they'll be watching and listening along. Should minimum wage be increased? There's a great debate considering minimum wage and it should be increased or not, if it should be increased or not. In the current economy, with inflation up 9.1%, the highest in 40 years, most would think that raising minimum wage would benefit people in their everyday lives. Understandably, it makes sense that if products are more expensive, then we need more money to purchase them. There is a hidden cost to businesses that many are unaware of. Working in the restaurant industry for the past 20 years and being a restaurant manager, I have concluded that raising the minimum wage is not a good idea. Most of my experience is that every time the minimum wage gets raised for the employee, the business raises their prices to offset the increase in pay. Let's think about it. Where do restaurants get their food? Paper products, uniforms, etc. Where I worked, our restaurant went through a food distribution plant, which was called U.S. Foods. We would get all our products delivered. And where do you think U.S. Food acquired their products from? Various farmers and other companies that make the products. The farmers and other companies grow the food or harvest the animals that produce the meat. The fertilizer, seed, and animal prices have gone up due to current inflation. Since the prices have gone up, they increase their prices to the distributors. The cost of delivery to the distributors because of high gas prices going up, then distributors raise their price to make up for their increase. And again, the distributors deliver to the restaurants. The cost of the increase in gas and goods is passed on to the restaurant. Distributors now have to pay their employees more because of the increase in minimum wage. And the restaurant has to pay their employees more as well. Companies all increase the price of goods sold to accommodate for the increase in minimum wage. The restaurant I worked for example, sold fish tacos. When I started there, the fish tacos were $1.99 each. After working in the restaurant for 5 years, and after 3 minimum wage increases, the price rose to $2.55 each. When we're talking about 56 cents, it may not seem like much. But throughout all the restaurants, grocery stores, retail stores, gas stations, and any other businesses that employ workers, the prices of supplies are increased. And that adds up to a lot more money than people are paying for goods and services. If you, for example, make $13 an hour and the price of bread is $2.50, if the minimum wage goes up to $15 an hour, you may now start paying $3 for bread or more. You see, minimum wage is increasing. Companies are not going to sacrifice losing their money. It will just be increased to the consumer. The federal minimum wage was implemented in 1938 under the Fair Labor Standards Act. It was the first time the federal government stepped in to establish a standard pay for workers. And though it was originally drafted to be 40 cents an hour, it was pared down to a mere 25 cents an hour in order to win support from Southern state representatives. Raising minimum wage will kill jobs and raise prices of goods and services. It is common sense and a fact. Economics and people alike have proven that when inflation is a factor, raising minimum wage will further affect the economy in a negative way. It is nice to see a paycheck with an increase, especially when you are a new employee. You feel you deserve more. And with the price of gas, groceries, and pretty much everything increasing, it is only fair that minimum wage increases too. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. In the end, your new paycheck will not buy you any more and increase your standard of living. If anything, it will further reduce your means of income and cause your everyday goods to become unattainable. I have a chart here that shows, I don't know if you can see that, it shows how the minimum wage has increased and how our US dollar has been affected by it. If you see that big gap there, it's increased way too much to account for the value of our dollar. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed.